Good morning. Let me tell you something about the Anzio campaign. As we stated before, Kesselring's winter line across Italy had stopped the Allied army. We couldn't go a foot further without heavy casualties. So Churchill, Prime Minister Churchill in England, he clamored for an invasion behind the Kesselring uh, line across Italy. And so General Eisenhower, Homer Bradley, and Patton, they planned the Anzio invasion. And before the invasion came off at Anzio, Eisenhower was transferred to England to get ready for the Normandy invasion. Now, Kesselring wrote in his memoirs years and years later that he knew how many troops the Allied nations had in that part of the theater of war. He knew how many ships were down there. He knew how many divisions and everything else. And so when we invaded Anzio up behind the Kesselring line, in place of him pulling troops off the southern front, he didn't pull any off. And he quickly brought troops down from northern Italy and far away to Germany and flew them in there and so on. And they put a ring of steel around the beachhead before we hardly knew what was going on. Now, we could have taken Rome. It was 25 miles away. The day or two, maybe a day or two later after we landed, we could have taken Rome, no doubt about it. But we would have been pinched off if we had of. It had been suicide. They would have annihilated us. So we were pinned down on a beachhead about 14 miles long, about 7 miles deep. German with the Alpine hills out there, they overlooked the beachhead. It had the higher ground. Big guns, infantry divisions, all of the war material that Hitler could produce, they had them there. Now, Anzio was an ancient town. The Apostle Paul landed, I should have looked it up, but I didn't. Putruli, something like that, a town, ancient town, down on the seacoast when he went to Rome. And he went down the Appian Way. The oldest known travel road today is the Appian Way from Anzio up to Rome. And I had the privilege later on riding over that road that I had studied about and studying Latin. Now, Caesar had an army, one of the Caesars had an army down there at Anzio, and they had malaria. It was kind of a swamp, marshy land, infested with mosquitoes. The other way, they made us take Atabrine tablet daily there to keep down malaria. They knew that Caesar's troop back there 2,000 years ago had malaria, so we had to take it. Part of it was a health resort that they had made, and they had drained a lot of it, little canal ditches flowing to the sea. It drained it pretty good. So they grew flowers down there, roses, a lot for the markets in Rome. I remember seeing roses, some of the biggest, beautiful roses, all colors you'd ever see in your life. And they also grew some fields of poppies out there, red poppies waving, for a perfume factory in Rome. That was the situation. Instead of Kesselring bringing troops off the front, he kept them down there, and he brought troops down from northern Italy and so on, and even France, and put a ring of steel around the beachhead. It was estimated at one time that he had parts of 20 divisions around that beachhead.